What's going on, and welcome back to RackTime. So today we're pretty excited. We have the owner of P&R Whitetail here with us today, Roger Perry.
Amen. We are excited to get Roger on here and get started about his product. You know, you kind of heard my testimony in the beginning of how I met Roger. If you've watched the shows earlier, but how we kind of met and got connected. And we've become great friends since, well, what's it been? About 3 years, going on 3 years now?
Going on 3, yep.
3 years. And I mean, the reason we're doing this, man, we love big whitetail. We love big racks. We chase those big racks. I do year round. I'm looking for the biggest one I can find, trying to get on that whitetail. And our goal is to help these whitetail get bigger. I mean, we want to give them all they need. When they need it,
Yep.
to grow the best rack that they can put on their head. And that's the whole goal of this thing. So with that being said, Roger is the owner of P&R Whitetail, and I just want him to give his oversight of his product, of how he got started and why and where. And what we want you guys to do as you watch this video, if you have questions, please comment and ask questions, and we'll get you some answers. Roger will get on there, or one of us, me and Chris, will get on there, and we'll get you the answers to the questions you have. We want you guys to be active with us. Share this, get it out there. I'm telling you, this will take your bucks, I think, to the next level. I don't want to say it's the best on the market. My opinion it is, but I don't want to call it the best. I don't want to be that person, but my opinion, it does an awesome job for the whitetail. It gets them where they need to be. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Roger, and I'm just going to kind of let him give us a little bit of insight about himself, and then we're going to ask a few questions. So you ready? Let's do it.
Okay.
So we know you're from Buchanan,
Mm-hmm.
West Virginia. I was kind of confused about that when we first met, because I thought you were from Weston, where we met you at. So Buchanan, how long you lived in Buchanan?
I was born and raised there. I think I moved away when I was 21 to Ohio.
Yeah.
So I lived up there for 18 years and got to hunt some giants up there, which kind of gave me a passion for it.
Ohio has something that kind of gets you turned on the whitetail.
Right.
They got some giant deer in Ohio.
Yep. I started hunting, I don't know, probably 12 years old. You know, my dad got me out there and kicked it off. So, you know, I've just grown over the years, just a passion for whitetail deer. So,
so why did you get started in, or let's do this, where did you get started with this?
Well, I started in my garage in Buchanan. We just one day I decided I've used a lot of products out there on the market, and some worked, some didn't. Some worked better than others, and I thought, well, what can I do? I want to do something to help the whitetail herd. So we started mixing things in the garage with a concrete mixer. We started rolling the barrels up and down the driveway with different flavors of the mineral to try to figure out which they like better. The biggest thing, which I'm sure my wife is happy that we're done now, was baking the blocks in the oven.
Yeah.
Now
that's dedication, folks. I mean, to start in your garage and in the house. Kind of what we're doing here. We're in my garage and trying to get this thing kicked off and going, and hoping and praying that it grows into something greater and mightier.
If you love whitetail, it will.
Oh yeah, I think so. So
what made you want to make this? What made you want to be interested in making products that helps deer?
Well, I wanted to try to do something, in all categories. A natural mineral with low salt, an actual supplemental block, meaning high protein, and an actual supplemental feed, which is also around 19% protein. So when you get over 18, 20% protein, it's really a little bit too much. It just turns to waste pretty much. So, but I'll start with the mineral here. I did a lot of research Georgia, Mississippi, all these colleges, Penn State, Michigan. I studied for months to try to figure out what they claimed that a whitetail needed in a mineral. So I came up with the numbers. I sent them to a professional nutritionist. I just want the audience to understand that all this was done through a professional whitetail nutritionist.
Right.
So I sent the numbers. They came up with the formula. I agreed to it. The nutritionist agreed to it, and then I had to come up with the flavor, which goes back to rolling the barrel up and down the driveway, mixing apple and persimmon and cherry and vanilla. So what we found that the herd in the state of West Virginia seemed to go to vanilla more. So me wondering, well, why? Why do they like vanilla better? Well, for some reason it keeps the deer calm. So the research showed that there's plants actually in the woods that resembles vanilla flavor.
Yeah.
So we went with vanilla, and came up with the mineral. The block basically ended up with 10 different bags of whatever, proteins and soybean meal and all this other stuff in the garage. We would mix them. We'd stick it in the oven for 20 minutes, certain ingredients. And then we would put them in a kitty litter bucket with a makeshift press. And we would press until you couldn't press no more. And then once it got cooled down, you could dump it out of the bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, when I sent my formula to my nutritionist, they responded absolutely not. So I was kind of dumbfounded, like, well, why?
Right.
So my understanding is, when it comes to the whitetail herd, just like us as humans, you're not supposed to have too much sugar.
Right.
So I had way too much sugar in the block, so they would not approve that.
Yeah.
So basically, the nutritionist and I worked together, and we came up with a formula that we agreed to, and we went with it. Now, when you order these, we have these blocks now professionally done from a well-known facility. You have to order 6 tons at a time.
Yeah.
So that first batch, I was scared to death.
Oh,
Is the
absolutely.
deer going to eat them?
Yeah.
Now, the blocks are also vanilla flavor.
Yeah.
So, obviously when the first batch come through, I ran right out to the backyard and threw one out and was scared. That's a lot of money to
Yeah.
throw away. So I believe that evening we had a big doe come up and start eating on them. So, once again, as Chris said earlier, I don't claim to have the best attractants in the world. What I do claim is these products will help the whitetail.
Yeah.
So let me slip over to the feed. This is where the audience has helped us tremendously. When I first started with this feed, I wanted certain ingredients in there, and I had a lot of fine products in there.
Yeah.
So basically, I wanted a feed that we could dump on the ground, we could put in a spinner feeder, or we could use in gravity feeders. So we thought we had it. This was probably at least 2 years ago. I was getting some feedback from customers that were like, hey, this is dusty. When it comes out of the spinner, there's dust in the air. And, I want to make sure that the whitetail's getting everything. And then I don't want to cheat the customer either. I don't want that protein going on the ground as dust and the deer can't pick it up. And then it has potential. Back then it could mold.
Yeah.
So, and then mess your whole area up. So basically, once again, I had to go back to the drawing board with the nutritionist to come up with a coarse product that was, no fines.
Yeah.
So, we came up with this here. It does have a pellet in the feed. It's a very good pellet. It's a high protein pellet. It has a lot of nutrition in it. It has minerals in it as well. And I just will let the audience know that I do have actual big deer farmers in the state of Pennsylvania using my feed.
Wow.
So that tells you right there that it's a good feed, quality feed. So.
Well, I mean, my experience, like I said, we've been friends now for about 3 years, and I've used all 3 products, and my experience is they love them. They love them all 3.
This is my favorite.
The mineral's my favorite. I'll just be honest. I love the feed. I love the block, but the mineral. When I met Lloyd Blackwood, and you know Lloyd, he's a big time hunter, and he chases giants, and we like, man, we want to give back to these whitetail, and we want to find something, like you said, may not be the best attractant, but something that actually helps the whitetail to do better, to fight off the bacteria or the black tongue or ESD, whatever it may be, and I think that this is probably by far the best product that I've ever used. I've never had a buck stand there for 6 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the pictures.
I hadn't either until now.
You see the pictures.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, when you have a 5.5-year-old, 6.5-year-old buck that will stand there for 6 hours and never. I mean, he may walk away for minutes, but he's right back with that product.
Yeah. With that being said, you know, this is my opinion, but there is scientific proof that I do have ingredients in these minerals and some in the block and some in the feed that will help boost their immune system and help fight off some of these diseases. Yeah. And I know Chris has some proof with some pictures of a local deer. And just to let the audience know, my mineral is a maximum of 30% salt.
Yeah. So it's not just a bag of salt, and we all know deer love salt. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're going to come if you put a salt lick out. You can go buy you a bag of salt, a couple boxes of salt, and throw salt out. They're going to come in there. Our goal is to help the whitetail, and if you're out there and you're looking to help your herd, if you love whitetail, you need to try this product out. Give Roger a shout online. Give us a shout. Contact somebody that you're watching this show. One of us 3. And we'll get you in the right track. And maybe, you're from other states. I mean, we're here in West Virginia, southern West Virginia, these 4 bow only counties. Yeah. And there's some giant deer here. We chase some great whitetail. I've been several 200-inch deer killed in our area. And I know there's people from all over starting to watch our show, and that's exciting. And that's the goal, is to get this product across the country, not just in West Virginia. I know we've already got into a couple states, but we want to get into Ohio and North Carolina, and just we want to spread this out. South Carolina, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Kentucky. Are we in Kentucky? You got in Kentucky yet?
Yeah.
Kentucky.
One store in Kentucky.
One store. How many stores now?
About 40, I believe.
About 40 stores. That's awesome. I mean, just a young company, just getting started. I mean, y'all hear his story. Started from nowhere, really, in your garage, and that's awesome, man. I'm just excited to see what God's going to do. We're all believers here. I just want the audience to know that we all we all believe and trust in Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I know with Him all things are possible. And y'all just help us get this get the word out there, man. We've got a great product here that's going to help the whitetail herd. But for now, I guess we're gonna end this video here, and.
A couple more things I wanted to say. We're in critical times here in West Virginia. You know, we need to try to make these deer water holes, makeshift water holes. We got to try to get these animals water.
Absolutely.
You know, and one other thing I want to touch on is there's giant bucks all over the state of West Virginia this year, from the top to the bottom. Yeah. I got a good buddy, JW. He's going to come down with us and do a video. He's got a really good story from up north in Grant County. Yeah. He's going to help us out. Webster County, we got Ken Calgar up there. You know, them boys got some good bucks. Yeah. I will just say, tell the audience, there's giant bucks that we're not posting. Yeah.
You can't tell all your stuff.
No, and I'm telling you, they're completely around the state of West Virginia, and I'm hoping that they tag out, and it's going to be exciting.
With a new law coming in effect this season, 2 buck limit, I think that we're going to see giants everywhere. We really are. I mean, they already are. I mean, they're already out there. You're seeing them, and man, we're just excited about West Virginia.
That's gonna be
We
awesome.
really are. So
From I do have something I want to say though. So you was talking about the out of state viewers that's on here,
yeah,
and you know he's got how many stores did you say?
About 40.
So he's got 40 stores, you know, that this is available in. But Roger actually has a website now, and
Yeah.
if you find him on Facebook, you can find the website. Or just what is the website?
It's whitetailsupreme.com.
Okay, and that, you know, he's getting ready to do online orders. So this will help you out of state, guys. The guys down in Texas, I know we have a few from Illinois, Louisiana, Ohio guys. You know, get your hands on some of these, man.
yeah. So we're just excited about this season. There's gonna be plenty more videos coming up, and I can't wait till we get some big whitetail on the ground to come in here and tell our story. And it's coming soon. We're gonna make it happen.
Absolutely.
We're gonna put some big whitetail down.
Weekend after next, Dana.
Weekend after next. I can't sleep right now. I'm just anxious to get in the woods. But until next time, guys.
It's rack time.